Zeus is king of Mount Olympus, the home of Greek gods, where he rules the world and imposes his will onto gods and mortals alike. Often referred to as the father of gods and men, he is a sky god who controls lightning and thunder. Zeus was the last child of the Titans Cronus and Rhea, and avoided being swallowed by his father, who had been told one of his children would overthrow him. Cronus had previously swallowed Demeter, Hestia, Hera, Hades and Poseidon. Zeus was raised by a goat named Amalthea in a cave called Dictyon Antron in Crete Island. A company of soldiers called Kourites danced, shouted and clashed their spears against their shields so that Cronus would not hear the babies cry. Ray's deception was a success. Unbeknownst to his father, Zeus came of age on Crete in the company of Gaia and the nymphs. Before I dive into the subject, I want to give you a little reminder. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you are not yet subscribed, and don't forget to follow us on Twitter. You can check the description section for links. Well, where were we? When he reached manhood, Zeus left Crete to confront Cronus. Before doing so, he freed the Titans imprisoned by Uranus. Like Cronus, the other Titans envied their father's power and had tried unsuccessfully to usurp him. In return, the Titan Cyclops gave Zeus thunder and the glowing thunderbolt and lightning, claimed Hesiod, the Greek poet whose theogony is the densest single source for the mythology of the Greeks. Using his new weapons, Zeus overwhelmed Cronus, forcing his jealous father to vomit up the children he had swallowed. To Demeter he offered control over agriculture, to Poseidon he granted the seas, to Hades he bestowed the underworld, and to Hestia he gave the domain of the home and hearth. Zeus eventually fell in love with her sister and took Hera as his wife. Together, the Olympian gods and goddesses, so named because they reigned atop Mount Olympus, ushered in a new era. The peace won by Zeus was short-lived, for the Titans, eager as always to seize control of the cosmos for themselves, rejected Zeus' rule and sparked the conflict known as the Titanomachy. For 10 years, the Titans did battle with Zeus and the Olympians. In his victory, Zeus banished the Titans to Tartarus and set the Hecatoncheires to keep eternal watch over them. There is a famous creation myth, involved Zeus' erstwhile ally, the Titan Prometheus. One day, Zeus instructed Prometheus to create the first humans. Prometheus molded them out of clay, and Zeus' daughter Athena breathed life into them. All was well until Prometheus deceived Zeus over a complicated matter involving animal sacrifice, ensuring the gods were forever deprived of the animal's sacrificial meat. In his anger, Zeus took fire from the humans, only for Prometheus to steal it back and return it to them shortly afterward. Zeus now sought revenge, and devised a particularly macabre punishment for his one-time ally. He fastened Prometheus to a rock and had an eagle eat his immortal liver every day. Prometheus' liver regrew every night, ensuring that this punishment would continue for all eternity. In order to revenge himself upon the humans, Zeus had his children Hephaestus and Athena fashion a woman named Pandora. Before she was sent to Earth, Pandora was fated by the gods and given gifts of priceless value, which included a sealed box she was told never to open. Eventually, curiosity got the better of her, as Zeus knew it would, and Pandora opened the box, releasing a host of evils upon the humans, including death. Note that at this point humans were immortal, war, famine, disease, and countless others. By the time Pandora covered the box, only hope remained, leaving the humans to wander in a hopeless, fallen world. As the king of the gods and sitting atop the golden throne on Olympus, Zeus was revered by all. Mortal kings would boast that they were descendants of Zeus. With this supreme power came a number of roles and responsibilities. Hesiod described Zeus as a god who brought peace in place of violence, and referred to him as the Lord of Justice. Zeus mated with many goddesses and mortals, including Aegina, Alcmena, Calliope, Cassiopeia, Demeter, Dione, Europa, Io, Leda, Leto, Mnemosyne, Niobe and Semele, but was married to his sister Hera, goddess of marriage and monogamy. From his numerous erotic affairs, he had too many children: Athena, Apollo, Artemis, Aphrodite, Hermes, Ares, Hephaestus, Persephone, Dionysus, Perseus, Heracles, Helen of Troy, Minos, and the 9 Muses are the most famous ones. Usually, Zeus is portrayed with a scepter in one hand and a thunderbolt in the other, both symbols of his authority. Sometimes he wears a crown of oak leaves. The oak was deemed to be his sacred tree. Zeus was one of the 3 most powerful gods, along with his brothers, Poseidon and Hades. In fact, it was said that he was more powerful than all the Olympians put together, since many of the gods feared him and tried to trick him rather than challenge him outright. As god of the sky, Zeus held absolute control over the winds, thunderstorms, rain, moisture, clouds, lightning and weather. He controlled the movements of stars, day and night, the sun and the moon, decided the lifespan of mortals and controlled the effects of time. He also controlled the powers of all his children and sisters, and could remove or grant their powers as well. His greatest weapon was the lightning bolt, capable of shearing mountains, vaporizing islands, boiling the seas and razing entire cities. His lightning bolt was so powerful it was capable of destroying the bodies of gods and titans. Zeus was worshipped by every Greek. He was seen as the patron of kings. In his attempts to maintain peace among his plotting peers, Zeus expressed the yearning for unity and moral clarity present amongst the bitterly divided city-states that made up the Greek world. Zeus was not simply the powerful god the Greeks looked to when they gazed at the sky, he was their idealized reflection of themselves. If you like this video and mythology like me, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe my channel, and click on that bell. It really does help to support me. Don't miss the other adventures of the Olympians, and of course every kind of mythology.